Like most AAA releases, Battlefield 2042 has some bug problems. A lot of it is mostly ignorable, just silly visual things here and there. Some of them are downright game-breaking though, while others are just really fucking funny. Battlefield 2042 starts off with a great first impression. A long, boring, unskippable tutorial that's basically just a small-scale version of a normal match, paired with some dumb as shit AI and a lot of technical glitches. Sorry, did I say great first impressions? Full transparency, I'm playing this on last-gen hardware, so that could explain some of the bugs, as well as the odd smoothness to a lot of the textures. From what I understand though, the PS5 and Series X versions are in a similar state. I think it seems kinda similar to how Cyberpunk 2077 was totally fucked on every console, but it was especially fucked on PS4. Unlike Cyberpunk though, it's not horrifically embarrassing. Putting all that negativity aside for a minute, like every Battlefield game, when a firefight starts getting intense, it gets fucking intense. I know the traditional Battlefield mode is Conquest, but I really don't see the appeal of maps this size. I've always enjoyed Battlefield most when I'm stuck in a confined space, screaming and firing into the explosions and enemy onslaught, not casually running in a straight line for 2 solid minutes. Fortunately for me, when I was playing on the right maps, I found myself in many bullet-ridden, blood-soaked, explosion-filled situations. Unfortunately for me though, Battlefield 2042 is the latest in a long line of AAA games to just feel unfinished. And really, after Battlefield 4's infamously terrible launch, this is a series that should know better. If the consistent bouncing character models and freaky polygon faces weren't proof enough that this game needed more time in the oven, the lack of content is. 2042 has 7 new maps and 6 classic maps, which is an okay amount for a typical AAA shooter at launch, but I've honestly seen much better in much more stable games. Now though, I feel the need to talk about the main issue that's had so many BF fans up in arms, the specialists. In case you're not in the know about these new additions, the gist is they all have a different thing. One has a crappy turret, another has a crappy drone. You could call them different skills, but they're hardly good enough to be called that. The big issue people seem to have is that they feel these skills will fundamentally change what Battlefield is. They don't. I saw a lot of people worrying that it would turn 2042 into something closer to Apex Legends or Overwatch, and that the specific skills would actively discourage teamwork. But in my opinion, they add or change very little. Have you ever played one of these games? Next to no one actually cares about teamwork anyway. Even when I played in the Portal mode, which basically has you fighting in older maps with the ever so slightly more streamlined gameplay from the previous entries in the franchise, and I didn't notice any significant difference. The older BFs already had different classes, so the specialists really don't feel like that big of a leap. Sorry, I don't think they're a big deal. Also, some people will simply hate this part of the game because they're transphobic arseholes, but I choose to ignore those guys and look at the Q-Robo doggo. Equally as unimpressive is the Hazard Zone mode, and before I rip into it for being boring and generic, I do want to quickly say that I appreciate DICE's attempt at adding a fresh twist to the already pretty stale Battle Royale genre, but it's still a boring and generic Battle Royale. In Hazard Zone, you and a squad of 4 run to a target, shoot at other squads of 4, then run to a new target before leaving. It's not the worst thing I've ever played, but it feels like a safe inclusion in a game that really should have committed to being different. You know, like they said they were in the advertising. Look, it's Battlefield. I know there's plenty of long-time BF fans that'll have strong opinions about random changes that they personally don't feel is in keeping with the series. And that's cool. I'm not trying to speak to these people. They already know how they feel about 2042. I'm talking to the people that simply want to pick up a multiplayer FPS and have a good time casually shooting some peeps, which Battlefield 2042 is totally fine for. It's not incredible, it's not game-changing, it's definitely overpriced, and at the moment, it's also a fundamental mess. But it's fun enough if you're looking for a new, somewhat enjoyable FPS to waste your time with. I prefer it over Call of Duty Vanguard, if that means anything to you. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Have you played the new Battlefield? Are you happy about the new changes? Let us know all of that down in the comments. If you did enjoy the video and wanted to leave a like or even subscribe, that would really help us out. And if you want to help financially support the channel, the link to our Patreon is in the description. But apart from all that, thank you for watching and cheers.